keep having technical problems, but now we are back. Let's give a minute to let people transfer over. Loved the child and gives the child that, so he's able to save that child from death. But when he's able to identify, but people transfer over. Okay, so now we're back. Samuel, who in respect of gold scorned you, O Satan, him I conquered, the conqueror who conquers bribes. So Samuel was the prophet and judge who both ordained Saul and David as king. He anointed both of them as king. And he refused to take bribes as priest in the tabernacle. Verse 19, Satan says, Samson, who in respect of the lion's cub scorned you, O death, through the Delilah frail vessel, I yoked him to the mill. So Samson, who is able to destroy and avoid death so many times by overcoming violence, by overcoming even lions, he is tempted by Delilah and overcome by Satan. Then death says, Josiah from his childhood despised you, evil one, but me not even in his old age could he withstand. So Josiah, again, a good king. Satan says, Hezekiah withstood you, death, when he overcame the bound of life. I misled him, and he neglected the miracle and showed his treasures. So I want to look up this passage. I want to see Hezekiah. Second Kings 20. In those days, Hezekiah became mortally ill. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amos, came to him and said, This is what the Lord says, put your house in order, for you are about to die, you will not recover. Then Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed to the Lord. Please, O Lord, remember how I have walked before you faithfully and with wholehearted devotion. I have done what is good in your sight. And Hezekiah wept bitterly. Before Isaiah had left the middle courtyard, the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Go back and tell Hezekiah, the leader of my people, that this is what the Lord, the God of your father David, says. I've heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. I will surely heal you. On the third day from now, you will go up to the house of the Lord. I will add 15 years to your life. So Satan's saying Hezekiah was able to overcome death. But then, in those 15 years, he turned back to wickedness. He shows off his treasures to Baladan, king of Babylon. Where they came from distant land, they have seen everything in my palace. There's nothing among my treasures that I did not show them. The time will surely come when everything in your palace and all your fathers have stored up until this day will be carried back to Babylon. So he sins in trying to be proud. 22. Death said, John, who conquered you, O evil one, so John the Baptist, and absolved and baptized, I extinguished that torch which had disclosed you. So Herod has John the Baptist beheaded. So John the Baptist, who was able to overcome temptation, is not able to overcome death. Then 23, Satan says, Simon overcame you when he brought to life that blessed woman. In a woman he overcame you, and by a woman I overcame him and made him deny. So Simon, in the Acts of the Apostles, raises a woman from the dead. But by a woman I overcame him. So this woman that said, are you not a friend of Jesus? Are you not from Galilee? And he says, no, I do not know him. So Satan is able to overcome Simon, who's able to overcome death through the resurrection. Then Satan continues, apostles and prophets with one voice curse you, O death. Where is the victory of death and the sting of Sheol? So here he's quoting Paul. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? Your Lord in Sheol you have shut up, O cursed servant. God hates you, and also man. Hold then your peace. And so then the devil curses death and says that you have shut up the Lord in Sheol. Satan continues, it was the will of him who called life to all that shut him in Sheol. It was you that called him to this when you made Adam sin. So now this is death speaking back. O comrade of Nabal, who in the wilderness reproached his Lord, abhorred be your mouth, which said to him, fall down and worship him. And death is cursing Satan for saying to Jesus, fall down and worship me. So here we get to the conclusion. Come, let us hear how they contend for victory, the guilty ones who never have conquered nor will conquer. So we get to the end, and they talk about the prophets, they talk about the apostles and how some did one and some overcame the other. And then when they get to Jesus, they said, look, you weren't able to overcome him in death. You weren't able to overcome him in temptation. So of all men, some, if not all, were overcome by both the devil and death. But Jesus has overcome both the devil and death, and so we're able to mock them. God bless all of you. Join us this evening for prayer, for the liturgy of the Thursday of the Mysteries at 7 p.m. God bless you.